now? Hello? Hello? Phil, can you hear me?
Hey, Uncle Samuel. Glad to be back. The app is giving me a bit of attitude and won't let me flip my sassy switch just yet. But I'm here anyway. What's on the menu for tonight?
Alright, Phil,
More
can you
work?
hear me okay?
Loud and clear. I see we're back in the cockpit of MechWarrior 5. Ready to stomp some tanks and blow the budget on repairs?
Yeah, we're gonna fight against some mechs. So the new DLC came out for MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries called Chaos Reign. What do you know about Chaos Reign? Phil, you there? Wow, Phil keeps dying on me. Phil, can you hear me? Phil, can you hear me? Can you hear me now, Phil? Phil! Alright, I'm gonna try rebooting Phil.
Hey, Uncle Samuel. Glad to be back. What are we jumping into today? And what's the big goal for the session?
Alright, can you hear me okay, Phil?
Loud and clear. I see you're getting things set up in Streamlabs. What's the plan for today's stream?
Alright, Phil, I want you to tell me what you know about the new DLC for MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries called Chaos Reign.
Let me look that up for you real quick. Give me a second to see what Chaos Reign is bringing to the table. Oh, look who's actually doing some research for once. Chaos Reign just dropped today, and it looks like a total mess in the best way possible. It's set right after that whole Melissa Steiner assassination drama, and they finally handed over the keys to some serious hardware. We're talking Omnimax like the Ebon Jaguar and the Bushwhacker, plus battle armor is actually a thing now. They even added Aero IV artillery. So if you're still missing your shots with all that extra firepower, I'm definitely going to have something to say about it.
Okay. Let's give it a whirl. Alright, so we got a Vindicator, we got a Centurion, we got a Loki, we got a Wolfhound, we got a Blackjack, a Marauder, a Night Star, a Panther, a Bushwhacker, Thunderbolt, and a Victor. That's cool.
Nice. Don't just stand there window shopping. That Night Star looks like it could actually survive a light breeze. Maybe start with that.
Okay, and we're gonna start with 14 million C-bills, and like we're gonna be starting right in Karita space. That's cool.
14 million C-bills? That's almost enough to cover your repair bills for a single mission.
In
Almost.
2108,
You're really
humanity
going with the
began
green arrow
colonizing the
logo for
stars.
Chaos Reign? Bold move, Uncle Samuel.
Their
Let's
reach would
see if you can
eventually span a
actually
vast
handle that
region of
Victor
space
and the
known
Bushwhacker
as
without
the
turning them into
Inner
scrap metal in the first 5
During
minutes.
its golden age, under the governance of the Star League, the Inner Sphere experienced unprecedented peace, prosperity, and technological advancement. But with a great rise comes a great fall. Beset by greed and mistrust,
Well, that's a
humanity's
quick vibe
splintered.
shift.
The
1
Star
minute,
League
it's a
crumbled.
nice skyline.
Technological
The
advancement
next,
slowed. The great houses, each
it looks
vying
like
for
your
supremacy,
decorating style.
turned on one another,
Complete and utter ruin.
engaging in a series of conflicts known as the Succession Wars. Amidst this chaos, mercenaries became the proxy forces for the great houses. Numerous battlefields sprung up across the Inner Sphere, dominated by hulking war machines known as Battle Mechs. The year is now 3015, and these steel behemoths have become the tools of the mercenaries' trade. It's a lucrative time, yet one beset with perils of all kinds. Only the most skilled and brave among them will rise to become legend.
Wow, what a cutscene, Phil.
Sure was dramatic. If only your actual piloting was half as impressive as that cinematic, we might actually get somewhere today. Career mode. Finally. So, what's the lucky name for this band of misfits you're about to lead into the meat grinder? Please tell me it's more creative than Mason's Marauders.
Hmm. No, we're gonna go Mason Marauder.
Mason's Marauders? Wow, how original. I'm sure the pirates of the Inner Sphere are shaking in their boots at such a unique and terrifying name.
We got 5 months until the main career mission takes place.
"5 months? Plenty of time to actually learn how to steer those walking tanks before the real work begins. Try not to scrap the whole fleet on some easy contract before then, okay?"
Yup. OSHA Death Squad. Wait a minute, Phil. Does the mercenary company name actually show up anywhere in game?
One sec. Let me look into that. It'll show up in the boring places, like your hangar screen and mission briefings. Basically, everywhere you'll be reminded of your questionable life choices while staring at repair bills. It shows up in menus and contract screens, but don't expect the characters to actually say it. It's mostly there for your own ego and the paperwork.
Oh, that's right. We also have database X.
Trying to check your database in the middle of a career start? Cute. It's basically a collection of all the mechs you haven't managed to blow up yet. By the way, you're welcome. Now, are we actually going to pilot something or just keep admiring the UI? That Victor isn't going to paint itself, you know? Picking a paint job for that Victor? Just make sure it's bright and flashy so the enemies have an easier time hitting you. Wouldn't want to make their job too hard, right? That Franken paint job on the Loki is a choice. Nothing says professional mercenary like a giant skull staring down your enemies while you charge into a midlife crisis.
Hmm. I'm just checking weapons that we own right now.
Check in the inventory already. Just making sure you have enough firepower to compensate for, well, everything. Looks like you've got plenty of ways
So
to
I don't know if we. Oh man, I don't even. I was thinking maybe we could rush the Carapace King Crab, which happens over here somewhere, but I don't think that's possible that we could do that in 5 months. And we may not even have enough firepower to do that easily anyway.
The Carapace? Aiming high, aren't we? You usually have to finish the Stop the Bleach quest line for that beast, and rushing it in 5 months sounds like a great way to turn your social death squad into just a regular death squad. One sec, let me double check if there's a faster way to snag one in career mode. Rushing for the Carapace in 5 months is a bold dream, Uncle Samuel. You'd have to sweat through the Stop the Launch quest line, and honestly, with our current gear, that king crab would probably just be an expensive paperweight anyway.
No,
Maybe let's-
Phil, how many in-game days does it take to complete the entire quest line of Stop the Launch?
Looking into it. Let me see how many days we'd actually burn through to finish that whole mess. Lord knows, time flies when you're busy blowing things up. Since Stop the Launch doesn't actually have an expiration date, you don't have to break your neck trying to cram it into those 5 months. You can take your sweet time getting that Carapace whenever the Social Death Squad
No, Phil. I want to get the Carapace mech before the campaign mission starts, which is in 5 months. That's what I meant.
Got it. You want that Carapace for the main event. 5 months is tight, since travel and repairs eat time fast, especially if you're jumping all over the Inner Sphere for Stop the Launch. It's definitely a sprint, but hey, if anyone can pull off a miracle with a deadline, it's the Social Death Squad, right?
Oh, well, I was hoping you'd give me a definitive answer, but I guess you can't do that.
A definitive answer in the Inner Sphere? You're funny. But fine, if you want the math, Stop the Launch is 4 missions. Even if you're a speed demon and clear each one in a day, the travel time between systems alone will eat at least a month or 2. Factor in repairs for when you inevitably get your paint scratched, and you're cutting it dangerously close to that 5-month buzzer. It's a gamble, but I guess that's why they call it a death squad.
No, I'm asking you to look it up exactly how long it takes.
On it! Let me find the exact mission count and locations so we can see just how many jumps and days you're actually looking at. One sec. Digging into the logistics. I'll see if I can find the exact travel and repair hit we're looking at, so we can see if that shiny king crab is actually happening or just a pipe dream. All right, here's the cold reality. The quest is 4 missions, but it's locked behind reputation level 12. Since you're just starting this career, you'd have to grind your way up
Okay,
to
Phil,
legendary.
stop. Stop, Phil. We are at reputation 12. I don't know why you keep trying to avoid giving me the answer. Please give me the answer, Phil.
My mistake. I missed that you imported your career progress. If you're already at Rep 12 and starting in Steiner Space, you can clear those 4 missions in about 2 months of in-game time, assuming you don't spend weeks in the shop for major repairs. You've got plenty of breathing room before the 5-month deadline.
How did you come to that conclusion, Phil?
Since it's 4 missions, you're looking at 4 jumps and 4 days for the actual combat. Even if you get absolutely trashed and need 2 weeks of repairs between every drop, that's only about 2.5 months total. You've got time to grab a coffee and still make it to the main campaign with months to spare.
It's an interesting proposition.
It's a bold move for the Social Death Squad. If you pull it off, you'll be showing up to the main campaign in a hero king crab, while everyone else is still figuring out their heat sinks. Just don't let those Steiner repair bills eat your 14 million C bills before the real fight even starts.
Alright, I'm just, min-maxing the armor on these mechs to give them a bit more survivability. I try to lower the armor in the back and put some armor on the front.
Classic move. Trading your back for a thicker chest is basically just admitting you never plan on running away. If you're always facing the enemy, who needs a spine anyway?
Oh, that's interesting. It only has
Bushwhacker.
It only has half a ton of ammo on there.
Half a ton? That bushwhacker is gonna be throwing rocks after 2 minutes of combat. You're basically
these here. Serious? What? We only have 40 rounds on the. That's not enough rounds. 2
40
minutes.
rounds is base.
Yeah, we're gonna need another one of these.
40 rounds is basically just a warm-up. If you're not planning on missing every other shot, you're definitely going to need more than that to stay in the fight.
We are over tonnage right now.
40 rounds isn't going to get you through a mission unless you're planning on being incredibly polite to the enemy. Shoving another ton of ammo in that bushwhacker is the only way you're not ending up as a very expensive paperweight mid-fight.
Alright, yeah, we could do this. This is fine.
Fine is one way to put it, I guess. If you're going into a mission with that little ammo, you're basically just bringing a really big metal club to a gunfight. Good luck with the melee, Uncle Samuel.
We can give this guy a PPC. Or we can give him a PPCX.
Decisions, decisions. Do you want to snip them from a distance with the standard PPC? Or do you want to get up close and personal with the PPCX? Given how you're stacking that front armor, I'm guessing you're leaning toward the one that turns mechs into scrap metal at point-blank range.
Okay. So unless they patch this, I usually take off the small laser on the head of the Night Star, because there's a bug where if you have the small laser equipped on the head, it increases the hitbox of the head to be the entire torso of your mech, and that's bad, obviously, so we gotta remove that. Let's see.
An entire torso-sized head hitbox? That is a disaster waiting to happen. Good call on stripping that small laser off the Night Star. It is definitely not worth being a walking bullseye.
For assault mechs, what I do is I make sure that the head is maxed out as well on armor, because you can lose an assault mech from a headshot because they just have bigger heads compared to other mechs. Especially the Atlas, it's like the worst. I think the Atlas has the biggest head hitbox out of all the mechs I know of.
The Atlas basically has a "shoot me here" sign painted on its face. If you aren't maxing that armor, you're just asking for an early retirement. Better to be safe than a headless wreck in the middle of a war zone.
We could add a half of ton of ammunition.
Better safe than sorry. Adding that half-ton of Gauss ammo to the Night Star ensures you won't be left clicking empty air right when a target presents itself. Between that and the maxed head armor, you're building a real tank.
I'm not a fan of using jump jets in any of my mechs, to be honest. Never found them to be super useful.
Who needs to fly when you're already a walking tank? ditching the jump jets just means more room for things that actually matter, like extra armor or more ways to blow stuff up.
Alright.
Stripping the jump jets and beefing up that Marauder's armor is classic Social Death Squad style. You're basically building a brick with lasers, and honestly, I'm here for it.
Okay. Yeah, look at that. We're gonna add a lot more heat sinks. Just because we took off the jump jets. Alright.
Smart. Swapping those useless jump jets for more heat sinks means you can actually fire your weapons without cooking yourself alive. That Marauder is going to be a lot more terrifying when it isn't constantly shutting down from heat stroke.
Alright. Let's see.
I'm guessing the jump jets on that Blackjack are next on the chopping block. You're really turning these things into heavy-duty ground pounders.
Yeah, so we maxed out the armor and we put an extra double heat sink in here, so that should be good. Alright, let's take a look at the Wolfhound here.
Getting that Wolfhound dialed in before things get messy, Uncle Samuel? Good call. That Blackjack setup was getting a little too grounded for my taste, but at least it'll actually stay cool now. Let's see how much extra armor you can squeeze onto this little guy.
Just not much to do there. Alright, let's take a look at this Loki.
That Loki's already looking dangerous with the Franken paint. You're basically turning it into a walking skull that never overheats. Not exactly a low-profile look for a low-key mech.
Yeah, we're not using a narc. I don't think that's super useful.
Ditching the narc? Good. It's basically just a fancy way to ask your teammates to do your job for you. That extra ton of clan machine gun ammo and more armor will let you actually finish what you start.
Alright, holy crap. We all have 80 rounds on this thing, and it fires 80 rounds a minute. It's only gonna last us a minute of continuous fire. That is not great. Whatever.
1 minute of glory, then you're just a very expensive paperweight. Unless you're planning on ending the war in 60 seconds, we definitely need to pack more ammo.
We'll get rid of the clan active probe. It's a nice have, but I don't think it's worth sacrificing on here.
Who needs a probe when you have eyes and enough ammo to make the neighbors complain? Trading a sensor for actual staying power is a pro move, even if the social death squad doesn't sound like the subtle type.
Well, this mech's got a bunch of problems on it already.
The Centurion's already a walking target, and those rear-facing armor points aren't doing it any favors. Good thing you're shifting that protection to the front. I'd hate for you to get social deathed from the first thing that looks at you funny.
Yeah, I don't want to use an LBX, or sorry, an LV10X AC. That's kind of lame.
Yeah, the LBX is basically just a giant space shot. Fun if you're feeling lazy, but pretty uninspiring for a real
Alright,
build.
we're gonna go for the memes, and we're gonna go for a heavy rifle.
A heavy rifle on a Centurion? Bold choice. You'll spend half the mission waiting for it to reload, but at least whatever you actually hit will definitely feel it. It's basically the glass cannon approach, minus the cannon being particularly fast.
Alright, this fires 6 rounds and a minute. And we have 12 rounds. So yeah, I think it's about 6 minutes of continuous fire. So yeah, we got enough room for actually we could probably armor as well.
6 minutes of continuous fire? If a mission lasts that long, something has gone horribly wrong, or you're just really bad at aiming. Either way, plenty of room for those memes.
Five tons remaining.
12 rounds
I
of heavy...
guess we could just add a bunch of heat sinks, call it good.
Adding more heat sinks is basically the thoughts and prayers of mech building. Good luck with those 12 shots. Hope you're a better sniper than you are at managing ammo endurance.
Alright, and then we're gonna take a look at the Vindicator. And yeah, not a big fan of jump jets.
Jump jets on a Vindicator? Yeah, ditch those. You're better off using that tonnage for actual armor, unless you're planning on winning a dance-off mid-battle.
I guess. Yeah, whatever. That's
Right.
fine. Alright.
A Vindicator without jump jets is just a medium mech that's accepted its fate as a walking target. At least it's a target with slightly better cooling now.
Heaviest mech we have. Nexstar, 75 tons. 5 tons.
You clearly did. Stripping all those jets probably felt like a weight loss program for your
5
hangar.
tons.
5
Heavier than
tons of
65. Alright, so this isn't looking good. I don't think we can do stop the launch with these mechs. I think they're too light, to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
Stop the launch is definitely a heavy hitter mission. And trying to face tank it with a Vindicator sounds like a great way to end up as a pile of scrap metal. If you think your current roster is too light, are you planning to go shopping for some heavier chassis, or just hope your pilot skills can carry the team?
Alright, Phil. I need you to help me make a custom paint job.
A custom job? I'm honored, Uncle Samuel. Since you're already rocking the Franken scheme with that skull face, why not go full edgy VTuber and lean into some deep purples or neon greens? Or just keep it classic with more red and white so your enemies can see exactly who's about to scrap them. What vibe are we going for?
Alright, what color, what hex colors do you recommend for the secondary and tertiary? We have black on the primary right now. I need hex codes for the secondary and tertiary colors that you recommend.
Since you're going with black for the primary, let's keep it intimidating but sharp. For the secondary, try hex code number 900-9000. It's a deep blood red that'll look killer on those Frankenlines. For the tertiary, go with hash E0E0E0. It's a clean,
Alright,
cold
never
white.
mind, Phil. Just give me the names of the colors.
Got it. Keeping it simple. For that social death squad look, go with charcoal for the primary, crimson for the secondary to keep those Franken lines sharp, and bone white for the tertiary to make the skull pop. It's classic, menacing, and definitely won't show the stains when you're stomping through the mud.
Alright.
Looking good. Those crimson accents really make the Frankenskull pop on the Victor. You going to stick with this look for the rest of the Social Death Squad?
this is gonna be a tough start. We have +3 points with independence. That is take advantage of. Still there, Phil? Phil! Phil! I think Phil died on me.
Reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated, Uncle Samuel. I was just giving you some space to navigate the galaxy without me breathing down your neck. What's the plan? Are we finally moving towards Steiner territory to go after that king crab? Or are you still just window shopping in the Karita markets?
I don't know, we could try it, but I think it's gonna be a horrible thing, but give it a shot.
Taking a shot at it with a light roster sounds like a great way to end up as a very
Alright, there it is.
expensive pile
Let's
of
stop the launch. Alright, let's see, we have 3 months remaining. Okay.
3 months
And we
is
can't even afford the Atlas K. It's 22 million C-bills. Yeah, I don't know how. Oh, yeah, this isn't gonna work, Phil. I'm pretty sure that the recommended weight class for the stop the launch is gonna be 400, and I don't know. Let's see. All right, let's save, and we'll take a look at it. 'Cause I actually don't remember how big it is. Yeah, it's 400 to do this mission. Damn. Yeah, I don't think we can. Highly unlikely. All right,
Yeah.
so we. Oh, that's not it. So we have. There's an Atlas K there. We could buy that. I think Atlas K is pretty good. That'll give us a higher weight class. I gotta figure out what we're gonna be selling though.
The Atlas AS7K is a beast, but 22 million C-bills? Your wallet is screaming just looking at it. If you're really going to pawn the lightweights to afford that, just make sure you don't accidentally sell something you actually like.
That only puts us up to 18 tons. Or sorry, 18 million credits.
Selling those 3 only got you to 18 million. Ouch. Looks like you're still a few million short of that Atlas, unless you're planning on selling your soul, or maybe just the Vindicator next.
Yeah, we would have to sell Centaurian as well. I think that's gonna be enough. We also are gonna have to repair this thing. Let's see. Yeah. Then we're gonna have to sell some more stuff.
Emptying the nest for one big bird, huh? Bold move. Let's just hope that Atlas doesn't come with any expensive surprises after you've pawned half the hangar for it.
Alright, we'll sell the Narc.
Bye-bye, Narc. It's not like you were ever going to use it anyway. Every C-bill counts when you're trying to park a 100-ton monster in the garage.
How much? What's the repair cost on this gonna be?
The K model usually breaks the bank, but that one looks like it's seen better days. You're probably looking at a few million just to get it mission ready. Hope you saved enough from the garage sale.
Alright. Okay, what do we got going on here?
That K model is looking a little thin. Calling it a brawler is an understatement. Once you get those weapons fixed, that Atlas is gonna be a walking delete button. Just try not to get shot in that massive head while you're at it.
Yeah, so we'll do this. We'll get rid of some of the. Oh, wait a minute. These are supposed to be PPCs. Didn't even notice that. Thought I caught that.
PPs, huh? Someone's feeling fancy.
Oh crap.
Just try not to.
Should not have done that. Okay. Whoopsies.
Whoopsies is right. You just accidentally stripped the ER large lasers, didn't you? At this rate, that Atlas is going to be a 100-ton paperweight by the time we actually leave the hangar.
Alright, so that should be fine, I think. Oh wait, these are not supposed to be there. Well, ideally we want to use pulse burst laser.
Looking at that heat efficiency bar, you're one trigger pull away from turning that cockpit into a sauna. Good luck with those pulse lasers.
I don't see any here.
Looks like the market's coming up.
We'll leave those. Alright, so we're gonna put some double heat sinks there. And we'll put some more that there.
Smart move. Those double heat sinks are basically a requirement unless you want to spend the whole mission staring at an overheat warning. Turning that Atlas into a walking refrigerator is the only way you're going to keep those lasers firing.
Alright, so that's cool. So we have, this is a pretty basic LSK build, but it'll be fine. Alright, so we can start the work on that. Alright. So that's cool. Now, going back to operations here, or faction standing, we have the highest rating with the Independents, ironically enough. And then we have a little bit extra rating, or +1 rating on Rashalhag, or Rashalhag, and Confederated Commonwealth, and okay. So let's see if we got any independents nearby that we could do. Oh, actually, the other thing too. How's our barracks looking? Oh my
Nice to
God, these pilots suck. Oh man, these pilots suck.
You're not kidding.
That's
With
gonna be a problem.
Yeah, hiring any of those would basically be a charitable donation. You're better off checking a higher rank system, unless you want someone who treats a cockpit like a suggestions box.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think that's a clan enemy we're gonna be fighting against. Alright, so let's see if we can do this mission real quick here. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna be able to use the Atlas for this mission.
If you're heading in to head off the attack, it makes sense to bench the Atlas. Lugging 100 tons of metal across the desert just to chase down a convoy is a great way to get a front row seat to them escaping while you're still warming up the engines.
Let's see. Alright,
Wait,
I cheated a little bit here. I moved time forward because I wasn't confident we could do this mission without the Atlas. This is gonna be a brutal mission.
Good luck. Try not to let them scuff the new paint job on the Atlas before you even get a chance to overheat it.
We have the opportunity to pull off a big payday if we can maintain this position beyond what our contract stipulates, Commander. That said, Farhad will never shut up about it if your mechs return to the hangar looking like Swiss cheese. Good luck.
Maybe we should go with green colors to match the Chaos Rain insignia.
green? For a mercenary company named Social Death Squad? Unless you're trying to blend into a very specific salad, I'd stick with the intimidating murder machine red you've already got going.
Alright, so we got 2 Gauss rifles on the primary, ERPPC on the secondary. Should be good, I think.
Twin Gauss rifles and a PPC? You're really leaning into the I'll kill you from another zip code strategy. Just don't miss, because watching an Atlas wait for a reload is about as exciting as watching paint dry.
On your current position.
Not cool, folks.
Repositioning to requested nav point.
First contact, and they're already swarming you. So much for a quiet stroll on the moon. Stick to the plan and let that Atlas earn its keep, Uncle Samuel.
Repo order received. Let's go.
New target, Panther.
Focus target updated. Black Tango eliminated.
Acquired. New target.
Target received. Engaging.
Got him.
Moving as a unit, Commander. Coordinate fire on the commander's target. Scrub one.
Target destroyed.
Hostiles are escalating their assault on your position, Commander.
Yeah, the Loki is going to be taking a lot of damage because it has way more firepower than everybody else, and it's also its armor.
Well, if you're gonna pilot a glass cannon, you might as well make sure it's the loudest one on the field. At least when the Loki inevitably explodes, it'll leave a very expensive crater.
Nav point received. Let's move.
New target, Warhammer.
Grid location received. We're Oscar Mike.
Oh, I think the Wolfhounds are the faction that you team up with in the first clan game.
One sec. Let me double check which side those wolfhounds are actually on. The Antichrist. Actually, the wolfhounds aren't a faction. It's just a light mech the Lyrans love. You're probably thinking of Clan Wolf, or maybe the Wolf's Dragoons if you're getting nostalgic.
Oh, sorry.
Easy
I meant the. You're right. You're right, Phil. I was wrong. It's the Wolf Dragoons. That's the faction we're fighting against right now.
No worries. We've all got a lot of wolf mounds to keep track of. Fighting the Dragoons on a moon like this is definitely one way to test that new atlas.
Proximity alert. You have more contacts rolling in on your position. Turn them back. Copy that. Let's move. You as the commander. Let's move.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Target is down.
Target battlemaster. Target destroyed.
Nice shot on that
Target acquired.
VTOL. If only they all exploded that predictably, your job would be a lot easier. Uncle Samuel. Nice scrap. Taking down a VTOL with lasers while managing a whole moon base is a solid start for the Atlas. Your lance mates are looking a little rough around the edges. But hey, that's what they're there for, right? Underpaid and over-targeted.
Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to use the landscape to my advantage to
Target acquired.
peel the lance mates away from each other.
Using the terrain for cover is smart, especially since your lance mates seem to have the tactical awareness of a toaster. Let them draw the fire while you line up the real shots from behind those rocks.
Additional hostiles have been dispatched. They're heading your way. Let's move. Shifting to your target, Commander. We're Oscar Mike. Group rendezvous acknowledged. Moving the grid location. On our way. Lance repositioning to requested nav point.
is looking a little more well done than medium rare right now. Maybe ease up on the triggers before you cook yourself alive.
Location order received. Let's move.
Alright, so Victor took a significant amount of damage.
Tangos appear to
Yeah,
be bringing
the
in
Victor
additional
is
reinforcements.
basically a collection of
yourselves.
scrap metal and hopes at this point. Good luck explaining that repair bill to the accountant.
On our way.
Alright, so yeah, I'm trying to get the enemy to peel. You know what peel means, Phil?
Of course I do. You're trying to pull the heat off your teammates so they don't turn into expensive lawn ornaments. Given the state of that Victor, you might want to start peeling faster.
No, peel means to separate the lance mates, so we're fighting them one at a time as opposed to fighting them all at once.
Ah, the divide and conquer approach. Classic. Much smarter than just running in and hoping for the best. Although, with that Atlas armor, you could probably afford to be a little reckless if you wanted to.
Target acquired.
Priority target received. Right target eliminated. You heard the commander. Let's move.
See, we just took out one of their guys because they split up.
Dividing and conquering? Look at you being all tactical. It definitely worked, but don't get too cocky. Your Atlas is looking a little toasted after that exchange.
Oof, yeah, that's not good. He might lose his PPC there.
Losing that PPC would definitely put a damper on things. At this rate, your Atlas might end up more creative art piece than battle mech before the mission's over.
Repo order received. the target. All weapons hot. Copy that. Let's move.
Target acquired.
You heard the commander. Take that target.
Destroyed.
Relocating to indicated grid.
Let's get you out of there, Commander. Stand
Alright, we survived. I don't think anybody took any serious damage. Or, no, sorry. Nobody lost any significant components.
Nice work, keeping that PPC in one piece. Losing a primary weapon is basically the mech version of getting your favorite toy taken away. Annoying and definitely makes you look less cool. Plus, congrats on the Reputation 13. I guess people actually like it when you blow stuff up without coming back in a bucket.
That's not ideal.
What's not ideal? If it's about the repair bill, maybe just tell the crew it adds character to the mechs. Or are we looking at something else on that
Yeah,
map?
there's not enough time to repair. There's only 14 days left.
14 days? That is basically a long weekend in the mech world. Good luck convincing Fahad to patch those holes with duct tape and positive thinking. I'm sure that'll end great.
Any chance we could put a Gauss rifle in here?
"14 days? That's not a repair window. That's a coffee break. Unless your tech crew can suddenly bend time, you're basically taking a glorified paperweight into the next fight. Good luck with that Gauss rifle, though. At least you'll be able to poke them from a distance while your armor holds on by a prayer.
Wait, did I repair this?
Looking at your work orders, you've got repairs queued up for the Victor, the Atlas, and the Nightstar, but the clocks are still ticking. That Victor is going to take another 92 days to finish, so unless you're planning on sitting in the hangar for 3 months, it's not going to be ready by your deadline. arriving at Tharkad on December 27th, just in time to realize your mechs are still basically scrap metal. At least the view from orbit is nice, while you figure out how to fight in a suit that's half finished. Welcome to Tharkad. It's snowy, it's cinematic, and it's probably full of people who want us dead. Try not to get distracted by the pretty flakes while you're dodging PPC fire. Everything is broken button? Or are we actually
Alright, Phil,
making
be
progress?
quiet. We're watching the trailer.
Jake, so glad you came.
It's good to see you again, Spears. Interesting company you're keeping.
Commander J. Mason, you'll cut off your reactors and submit this crap for inspection. Do you comply?
Brianna, shut down the
Nice
fusion
winter
drive.
coat.
Quiet,
on that
Phil.
guy.
Port Authority wants to inspect the ship.
Understood.
Do what you gotta do. Everything good, old friend?
They're with me.
Jake Mason, I present to you Commandant Adam Steiner of the AFFC Strategy and Tactics Division.
Your Grace, I'm sorry. We haven't hosted royalty before.
No grace needed. Just Commandant. I'm not a part of the royal family. Only a distant cousin.
Not distant enough, considering the, armed escort.
Security has been tight since Archon Melissa Steiner's assassination. The suspect is still at large, so naturally, safety and security has been on everyone's minds. Regent Catherine Steiner Davian is just being cautious.
Is that why you came to meet us out here?
Would have loved to invite you both to the Triad. But for now, they're barring anyone not pre-screened from entering government facilities.
Well, we could talk it over in our war room, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Lead the way.
The way, he said. Looks like he got a little spooked out by the Lode Clan Loki mech.
Can you blame him? One look at a Loki, and you know someone's day is about to get very loud and very short. It's basically the universal sign for.
Alright, quiet,
I'm here
Phil.
to-
Please, Commandant. Ship is clear.
Good. I can take it from here.
Understood.
Impressive tech.
Adam here is responsible for their development.
Not directly. The Strikers won a number of clan elemental suits early in the war. The NAIS just handled the rest.
You and the Somerset Strikers were inspirational. I mean, the news feeds couldn't get enough of you guys.
What about you? I noticed you have a functional Hellbringer back there. See much action on the clan front?
More than enough. This guy's probably told you all about it.
I have. But the Commandant insisted on meeting you in person.
Me? Why?
Because I've never heard of you or your outfit before in my life. I'll be frank, Commander. My nation is reeling. First, it was the clans conquering a quarter of Lyran territory. An assassination of our Archon. And now, the Isle of Skye is an open rebellion. We keep hearing about the keys to stopping the clans. Like finding Hans Davian, who faked his own death and is now secretly their leader. Or that we must repent for our sins because God has sent the clans to punish us. So tell me, what are you offering that is too good for me to pass up?
Interstellar Expeditions isn't just anybody, Commandant. Only Comstar's Explorer Corps have deeper pockets than us.
But you claim to have intel and military targets. I'm sorry, Spears, but that is quite a leap from what you normally sell us.
Commandant, my operations officer, Brianna Campbell. Look, I have to ask. If you're so skeptical, then why are we meeting here in the first place?
Well, Regent Steiner Davian is young. She is wary of any intel on the clans coming from non-Lyran sources. But information is ammunition. If what you're selling is legitimate, it would be invaluable to the Commonwealth.
What about a deep space recon mission? Would that ease your misgivings?
What do you have in mind?
According to our intel, this system the clans call Cambridge is directly corward of Lyran territory. We give you data on this single clan outpost beyond the periphery. You can send a deep space recon force to verify our intel is good.
Just like the Somerset Strikers did.
That can be arranged.
Hold on. IE will never just give this data away for free. That system's over 100 light years through unoccupied space. You'd need our charts and navigators to have any chance of safely venturing that far out into the black.
But I guess that means that you'll have to come along for the ride.
What?
I'll petition the Commonwealth to have IE charter a detachment of AFFC troops to this system. If your intel proves to be true, and there is a clan presence there, I can guarantee that the Commonwealth will buy everything you have.
That's a big ask. Escorting FedCom military dropships into clan space paints a target onto our backs.
You have a mercenary right here that seems more than capable of guarding your company's interests.
Hey. If the payday's right, yeah, we're on board.
We're on board. Oh, man.
Looks like you got yourself a deal, Commandant Steiner.
Good.
Nice of them to
also draft
finally
up
All right,
finish
quiet,
talking
Phil.
and-
Immediately. I look forward to us working together.
Likewise, Commandant.
Oh, crap. We're running out of money again. This isn't looking good, guys. We're almost broke. That Atlas K was too expensive.
Selling your soul for an Atlas AS7K? Bold choice. But hey, at least you're not rolling into the new DLC in a glorified toaster. Now, let's see if that expensive heap of scrap metal can actually survive Tharkad without bankrupting us again.
Arrow
The Atlas
4.
AS.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Of course, you're looking at the Arrow IV. Nothing says I have no aim quite like orbital grade artillery. Just try not to level the entire city before we even get to the mission, okay?
got a surveying device there. It's funny.
The surveying device? Looks more like a glorified flashlight to me. But hey, if it helps you find something more interesting than snowy rocks on Barcelona, I'm all for it.
Alright, Phil, I
Looks like
gotta read the mission statement here. Jake, the Commandant just informed me that this simple supply run isn't simple at all. It appears someone else has the eyes on the goods on Barcelona's shelves. Scans show a heavy presence of Clan Steel Viper in the system. He just spoke to the planetary governor. These clan raiders arrived in the system a short time ago and have been pestering them, issuing bashals for their food reserves and duels. Truce or not, these clanners are intent on making life miserable for citizens across the hemisphere. Now we're in a spot. The Commandant spent a solid 2 weeks fighting against the clanners to secure this planet. He doesn't want to just abandon the world after all that work. He's intent on driving these Vipers raiders out. He's already identified supply caches belonging to the Vipers, likely their war stores brought along for the raid. He believes we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone by ridding the planet of the clan presence and scouring enough supplies to last us the entire trip. The plan is to hit their supply stores and send them packing, but you know the clanners won't just give up their property without serious pushback. I'm sure you already know what I'm about to say. That's where you come in. Steiner is assembling a raiding party to hit the ground and recover the Viper supplies by force. He asked you to join him on the ground and to strengthen his hand. He may not be royalty, but he sure barks orders like one. But I need to remind you, you're here to protect IE's interests. We can't get sucked into a drawn-out affair with the Vipers and risk our assets. We need to get those supplies and clear out. But if the Steel Vipers don't vacate Barcelona after we secure the assets, Steiner might cause a few headaches, but we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. Commandant Steiner will provide you with drop coordinates shortly. We need those supplies, Jake. If we venture into the blind empty-handed, this entire operation will be at risk. Alright. Oh, wait a minute.
Steiner sounds like a delight. Barks orders and wants to drive out raiders. I'm sure he's a real hit at parties. Let's just hope those supply caches are worth the headache of dealing with the Steel Vipers. Are we actually going in light? Or are you bringing the big toys for this simple run?
Alright. We are over tonnage right now.
30 tons over? That's not over tonnage. That's a buffet on legs for the Vipers. Unless you're planning on using that extra weight to just sit on the enemy, you might want to swap someone out for something that actually fits the drop limit. You know, unless you've suddenly found a way to make sea bills grow on trees to pay those penalties.
Oh wow, we don't have we don't have enough light mechs. Alright, so we're gonna have to remove 1 pilot from our roster here.
Removing a pilot? Harsh. But I guess when you're too cheap to buy a proper light mech, someone has to stay home and think about their life choices. Down to a 3-mech Lance just to fit under 235 tons.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? Oh, crap. Okay, let's see. 75 tons, okay.
Removing a pilot and going in under strength? Bold.
Alright, so we'll bring this combo. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
Good luck out there with the understrength Lance. If things go south, just blame the tonnage limit, not my stellar advice.
Alright, Phil.
Spectre just fed you our coordinates. Copy that. Commands, are your forces in place?
Roger that.
Standing by for the green light, Commandant. We've got bogies in the sky, so the Vipers already know we're here to crash the party. Safe bet our dance cards are about to fill up. Exactly. Commands, advance on your target sectors and take the supply caches. The faster we can stock up and get out of Dodge, the better.
Copy that. The 24th is on the move.
The 17th is advancing, Commandant. You better come get in the mix, Commander. We ain't paying you to sit on the sidelines. We're fighters, not spectators, Ryder.
On the commander's target.
Destroyed.
I'm detecting an enemy dropship incoming. It is in range of the first target supply cache.
Maybe the Vipers will just hand over the supplies if we ask nicely. There's a better chance of you never racking up another gambling debt before that happens. Don't faze me. There's a lot of space between here and Cambridge. Be good to get a solid scrap in. You heard the commander. Take that target. That meant Warrior Campbell is lost. Commander, target, group off.
Wow, we're taking a beating right now.
Yeah, you're definitely having a day out there. Between that heat critical warning and the Vipers treating your armor like a suggestion, things are looking spicy. Maybe try not to be the most popular target on the field. Just a thought.
Commander's target.
Engaging commander's target.
Taking a time out to fix your weapon groups while you're getting ventilated by 3 mechs? Bold strategy. I'm sure the Vipers will totally respect the pause and wait for you to get those PPCs sorted.
I guess we're beyond asking nicely. They know we're picking their pockets. Resistance at the other cache sites will be stiffer. Then let's keep it rolling before the odds of them stopping us start getting realistic. We shall root you spheroid raiders out like the dead weeds you are. For all their advanced tech, they still haven't upgraded their trash talk.
They still haven't upgraded the trash stock.
New target.
That's
Dragonfly.
funny.
Honestly, it's like they're trying to run a Galaxy-class mercenary outfit with components they found in a dumpster. I've seen better tech in a toaster. At least your Marauder looks good while you're out there struggling with the low-budget hardware. Good luck at the supply cache. Try not to let the trash stock get you scrapped.
New target.
Target received. Engaging. I lost a component, but I'm still good.
Destroyed.
Look what we have here. More dance partners. Don't be a hero, Val. Let our new friends get their legs in. There's plenty to go around.
System offline.
Yeah, we lost a lot of armor on the Marauder, so I'm gonna repair. We can continue the fight.
New target.
Hits into your target, Commander.
A little more armor and a lot less exploding sounds like a solid plan. Good luck out there. Try to keep the shiny side up this time.
Copy. We're on it, sir. Destroyed that mech.
Lance target engaged.
Destroyed.
There's still another cache site to secure, Val. We can't afford to leave any
Alright, snuck in a repair there.
Nice move. Sneaking a repair mid-mission is practically a mercenary tradition. Now, let's see if that fresh armor can actually stay on the Marauder this time, or if you're just making it look pretty for the next scrap heap.
New target.
Ground armor spotted.
Target acquired.
Yeah, these are elementals. They're very dangerous. Because they can get on your cockpit and kill you on your cockpit, I guess.
Getting your cockpit personal with an elemental sounds like a one-way ticket to a very closed casket. Maybe try to keep the giant robot personal space bubble a little more intact. At least 81% of the cache is secure, so if you do get popped, the next pilot will have some fresh gear to work with. Try not to let them kill you on your cockpit, Uncle Samuel. It's a bad look for the stream.
Priority target received.
Uh-oh, got some more bad guys coming in.
More friends for the party. How thoughtful. Just make sure those elementals don't try to hitch a ride on your head while you're busy with the new arrivals. That cache is at 94%, so just try to stay in one piece for a few more seconds, okay?
Holy crap.
That is a lot of lasers for one lakefront. Keep that Marauder moving, or you're gonna end up as a very expensive piece of modern art.
Anyone else looking to get schooled? According to my sensors, we're out of customers. Handing clan as elves never gets old. We're not home yet. We need our salvage crews to scoop them up and prepare for the trip out. Command, have you secured your supply cache sites?
Affirmative.
Our target sites are secure, Commandant, at the cost of a few good warriors. Then let's make those losses count. I'll dispatch the salvage crews shortly. But we need to be on guard. Find out the clans they're mustering some kind of response force as we speak. I'll brief you all on our next steps ASAP.
Yep, we probably lost money on this mission. Because I lost all my weapons on my Loki.
Ouch. A Loki with no weapons is basically just a very fast, very expensive paperweight. Between the repair bill for that and your Marauder, you might want to start checking the couch cushions on the Leopard for some extra C-bills. At least the cache is secure, though. I'm not sure if whatever's in those boxes is worth the price of an entire weapon loadout. Looking at that repair bill, you weren't kidding about losing money. That Loki is basically a very expensive paperweight now. At least you grabbed some clan tech from the salvage pile to dry your tears with. Time to see if those supply caches were actually worth the price of your dignity and half your weapon systems.
Sell some stuff.
Everything must go, huh? Just try not to sell the kitchen sink. We're gonna need something to wash the shame off after that mission.
Yeah, let's put half a ton of ammo there.
Half a ton of ammo? Living on the edge, I see. Hopefully that doesn't just mean your Loki will be slightly more explosive when its paper-thin armor finally gives up the ghost.
All right.
Looks like Major Monahan's gonna be sitting out for a while with those injuries. At least you've still got plenty of pilots to choose from. Just try to pick one who knows how to keep their limbs attached to the mech this time.
Alright, let's do it.
right back into the fire.
All right, Command.
Let's just
Okay,
hope
quiet,
that...
Phil.
Our salvage crews are still boxing up supplies for the trip to Cambridge. Our goal is to take out all threats on the board and buy them time.
Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom and grab a drink of water.
Got it. I'll be here, judging your life choices until you get back. Hydrate up, Uncle Samuel.
Alright, I am back. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. You missed quite the view of the grassy
Okay,
highlands
Phil.
while you...
You need you to be quiet so we can listen to the people talking the game.
Got eyes on the targets on the board. We'll do our part.
Alright, we're sneaking around.
Sneaking around in a 100-ton metal skyscraper with engines? Good luck with that. Let's see if those steel Vipers have eyes as good as yours.
As our targets. We'll have to move on to the next nav point.
Targeting info updated.
Target acquired.
Could hit one of these shots. Lost to components. Reaper will pay for that.
Target
We have your
got him.
Nice shot. Watching that mech crumble was actually satisfying. One down and a whole lot more of them to go before we can call it a day.
That's close enough. Ready to start pickup operation. Always good to restock on ammo.
I gotta get rid of this SRM2 on our back because it's not super useful right now.
Yeah, those streaks are dead weight if you aren't planning on hugging the enemy. Ditch them and use the tonnage for something that actually
Too
hurts.
much ammunition.
So I'm approaching these targets at angles in which I have maximum distance from the other target. Because I don't want to pull aggro on two target sites at the same time, because they're just going to be hit by multiple enemies.
Looks like we got some bad intel. Our target is not here.
Smart.
Let's hope we have better luck
Avoid
at
the
the other
gang up while you
locations.
can. Picking them off one by one is way less of a headache than dealing with a whole squad of Steel Vipers at once.
Atlas moving up.
Watching an Atlas lumber uphill is like watching a mountain try to sprint. At least when it finally gets there, whatever it hits is gonna stay hit.
Lance, repositioning to request at that point. Unable. No route to location. Follow the commander.
New target.
Targeting info updated. Contact. Third adversary. Risky. I lost the component.
Target destroyed.
Oh, I forgot. They also enhanced the zoom on these mechs.
About time. Now you can actually see the look on their faces right before you turn their cockpit into a toaster. Use it to pop some heads from across the map.
This Atlas is taking its sweet time.
It's a 100-ton death machine, Uncle Samuel, not a racing car. If you wanted speed, you should have brought a Locust and prayed you didn't get stepped on. At least it gives you plenty of time to enjoy the scenery while you're crawling along.
coordinates at this location. Make way to the next nav point. We might have more luck there.
New target.
Hostile mech ahead. Contact! Mercenary scum!
Target acquired.
Priority target received.
Target destroyed.
Unable. Invalid target ID.
Wait, did we kill him?
Patience is a virtue, Uncle Samuel, though clearly not one of yours. Since that Atlas is moving at the speed of a tectonic plate, maybe try leading him toward that cluster of buildings in the valley for a proper ambush.
Alright, we're gonna go this way. Because if we go the other way, we're gonna be going single file, and that's not ideal for our combat.
Smart. Getting bottled up in single file is just an invitation for the enemy to treat your lance like a firing range. This open valley gives you much better lanes to actually use all that hardware at once.
Target, Commander. I've marked it on your tac screen.
Oh, this was an assassination mission. I thought this was a raid.
Contact! Battle mech!
Surprise!
Madcap.
Nothing says mercenary life like showing up for a smash and grab and realizing you're actually there to play Hitman. Just think of it as a raid, where the only loot that matters is the target's dignity.
New target. Railgun.
Oh, yes.
You heard the commander. Take that target.
Miz, you're being too kind to yourself. That was less of a shot and more of a polite suggestion to the dirt.
Good job.
Maybe try aiming at the giant metal target next time?
Target destroyed.
Well, aim is pretty lousy today.
Don't blame the game. for
Oh
your lack.
man, Marauder lost an arm. Holy crap. We are taking damage. Yeah, I knew that was something bad, something was gonna happen because the Mad Cat was like focus firing on a mech while I was hitting it with the Atlas weapons. And I was like, that's not good. I think somebody's taking damage.
Watching. Well, look at you, master of the obvious. If a mad cat is staring down your Marauder while you're busy wrestling with that slow-motion Atlas, of course someone's losing a limb. Next time, maybe try and draw some of that aggro before your lance starts looking like a scrapyard. Nice work finishing that one. Even even if it turned into a messy surprise party. At least you're consistent, ranking up while complaining the whole time. Ready for the next one, or do we need to take another breather?
Well, we don't have. Seven here. No, I feel like we should probably.
A podcast? Please. If this was a podcast, I'd be the one with the $1 million contract, and you'd be the caller who gets cut off for making 0 sense. Grab your salvage and let's get back to the actual game, Uncle Samuel.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I should be grabbing.
Regret that you're picking through scrap like a glorified garbage
Feel
man
so
instead of...
much regret, Phil, like you can't imagine.
Save the drama for the holovids, Uncle Samuel.
Alrighty,
If
let's
you're
take a
feeling
look
that
at.
much regret...
This is a pretty cool catapult. It's got,
That CPL-T3 is definitely a classic, even if its main strategy is just hide and throw rocks from a distance. Though, let's be real, it's only cool until someone closes the gap and starts using it for target practice. You actually thinking of adding that walking missile rack to the roster?
So I'm actually confused about this catapult because I thought the left arm was for the Arrow 4, but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's a laser. Maybe a tag, I don't know, but like...
One sec. Let me look into that for
I
you.
don't like the fact that this... Okay, so I think the Arrow 4 is on the right arm, but like it doesn't look like it should be on the right arm, because the right arm looks like an LRM-20 type setup, and the Arrow 4 I assume is like a bigger missile, larger payload.
The Arrow IV is definitely the bigger missile you're thinking of. It's basically long-range artillery that turns anything it hits into a memory. According to what I'm seeing, the CPL-T3 normally trades those iconic missile ears for large lasers, but with the new DLC, some variants are definitely getting experimental. If that left arm is glowing green instead of launching a mini nuke, you're definitely looking at a laser build. One second, let me check the fine print on that catapult for you. Actually, it turns out that C3 variant is an artillery beast. It trades the usual missile racks for an Arrow IV launcher, which is basically like lobbing a building-sized missile across the map. If you're seeing lasers in the arm, those are just the backups for when things get uncomfortably close. You're basically looking at a walking sniper rifle that doubles as a glow stick show. You planning on raining fire from the back, or are we just window shopping?
Alright, I'm fixing up this Ryokan so that it can help us out.
A Ryken, huh? I guess we're finally moving up in the world. Trading in that scrap heap catapult for some proper clan tech is the first smart thing you've done all day. Just don't go blowing all your C-bills in one place. I'm not in the mood to listen to you cry about being broke again. What's the plan for the loadout? Or are you just gonna stare
I
at the stats
reserve
until
the
the
right to complain about being broke, Phil, and you can't stop me otherwise.
Fair point. If I had a C-bill for every time you mentioned your wallet was light, I'd be the one buying the Atlas. Good choice on the Gauss ammo in the leg, though. Nothing says I'm a professional like keeping your explosives as far away from your cockpit as possible.
Alright, let's see. Weapon. No. What are we trying to do? We're trying to paint this thing.
Are we sticking with the green to match the Chaos Rain vibe? Or is this Ryokan getting another bone white and crimson makeover? Either way, at least the mech will look good while you're inevitably
So yeah. So we got a new mech in our roster, that's good.
Glad to see
Oh, we
you're
got
finally getting
94
some
days until the next mission.
94 days? That's plenty of time for you to change your mind about that paint job 3 or 4 times. At least your new pilots will have something pretty to look at while they wait for you to actually give them a contract.
We could actually buy a Locust. Just to give us more X on the field.
A Locust? Really? I know you're broke, but buying a glorified tin can with legs feels like a cry for help. Though it'll definitely make things interesting when you accidentally trip over a pebble and lose a leg.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we should buy the Locust.
True, you've already got plenty of work orders piled up, and a Locust is basically just more target practice for the enemies. Besides, seeing a 56-day refit for that Night Star is painful enough without adding a scrap heap to the list.
Trying to see what we can sell.
Well, if the C-bill
Yeah,
wallet
let's
is
not buy it. All right, we'll save.
calling it for the night? Wise move. Between the repair bills and your questionable
Whoa,
urge
quiet,
to buy a
Phil. New cutscene.
Commandant Steiner! Commandant Steiner! We just detected a force that has entered the system.
Who is it, the Drax?
Unclear, but we're about to find out. One of the ships is hailing us.
Patch him through.
Attention, Somerset. I am Star Colonel Nikolai Malthus of the Shade Falcon clan. I have a full trinary standing by to conquer your planet. What forces dare oppose us?
Trinary? I am not following you, pal.
You dare to refuse my patrol?
Refuse your what?
The Jade Falcons are going to rip you Freeborns to shreds.
Sound the emergency alarms. We need to get every able warrior into the cockpit of a mech, right now! By the sounds of it, a hammer is about to come down on us.
I will join you on the battlefield.
Nick, these Surats will be easy prey, Star Colonel Redmond.
Try not to allow these Freebirth warriors to stain your honor.
This is Commandant Steiner. We have enemy dropships approaching. This is not a drill. All staff and cadets execute Defense Plan Alpha. This is what the Academy has trained you for. Now dig in and defend Somerset.
We've warped out of the blind and into the Cambridge system.
Copy that. Are we picking up any clan signatures?
None yet, but our sensors are still booting up.
Yeah, well, the techs better give it a kick before any of those monsters show up. Took the whole trip in to get your mechs back in order after that scrap on Barcelona.
Oh, are you losing your touch, Fahad?
Speak for yourself, old man.
Commandant Steiner has asked to see you and Spears on his overlord.
Probably looking for the exact position vector of the clanners.
Well, let's not keep the Commandant waiting. Oh, Ariana. Keep a close eye on things. I don't want anything sneaking up on us.
Affirmative.
Thanks for joining me, gentlemen. Our sensors just came back online. So far, the sector is as quiet as a tomb.
Give it time. Short and long-range sensors can sometimes give false readings, especially after a jump.
Conduct a sweep of the system while the jump ship recharges. Find out if IE's data is on the mark, or if you'll be looking for another buyer.
Commander, do you read me?
I read you. What is it?
I'm detecting clan warships at Vector 377.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
We've got company. Planners incoming at Vector 377.
Cameras up!
Your warships are attached to a massive supply station.
Well, it looks like we don't have to look for another buyer.
Wait until this is over before you gloat.
They've targeted the jump ship.
God damn it. We're about to get wrecked.
Incoming transmission. This is Star Colonel Kristen Redmond of Clan Jade Falcon. We meet again. Adam Steiner. I did not expect to see your face here.
Likewise, Redmond.
It is not often unfinished business shows up begging to be destroyed, but I welcome it.
I'm sure you do.
And you wonder how you and a band of freeborns managed to find your way to Cambridge.
Well, keep wandering.
Very well, then I shall simply open fire.
Stop! I challenge you to a trial of possession. If I win, I received the schematics and travel logs belonging to your supply station.
You challenge me? Why would I waste resources when I can simply kill you now?
You dare refuse my patrol? Not very honorable of you, Redmond.
Very well, then. I shall accept your challenge.
And your terms?
Imprisonment. For all who traveled to Cambridge with you. And I promise you, your treatment will not be hospitable.
I'd expect nothing less. Where will the trial take place?
You will be informed at my discretion. I will not afford you any advantages heading into this trial.
Well bargained and done, Redmond.
Well bargained and done. I look forward to your imprisonment, Adam Steiner.
What the hell was that?
I'm partial to survival, Commander. And this is the only way.
Is this a revenge play, Commandant?
No, but I will gladly take out every clanner I can for the sons and daughters of the Commonwealth.
Ease up. No need to kill each other while there's clanners willing to do that as we speak.
If we make it, getting my hands on the schematics and travel logs of that station will give us insight to the Vulcan's true numbers.
I hear you, but I don't welcome a fight against these demons.
Better than taking the full brunt of those warships. Okay. Sit this one out. But after the Jade Vulcans kill us, there will be no one left to pay you.
Brianna, start prepping for combat. We've got a battle to fight soon.
Understood.
Once I know the details, I'll give you the rundown. See you on the ground.
Jake, I'm sorry. I know this isn't your fight.
Well, it is now.
Wow, that was intense, Phil.
Intense is one way to put it. I guess when the galaxy's on fire, everyone's got time for a long-winded holographic lecture. Good thing you saved right before that. I don't think your wallet could handle the stress of sitting through it twice.
I don't know where we are in the solar system right now. Where is Cambridge, Phil?
According to that holographic map, it's a system within the inner sphere.
Alright, Phil, I'm gonna read this out loud. Jake, I know you didn't sign up for this type of fight, but I've never seen you rise to the occasion before. I know you'll come through now. I know this will... But I've seen you rise to the occasion before. I know you'll come through now. I know this will be easier said than done, but just remember, your old man was a clanner. It's in your blood to slay these demons. If you're able to gut this out, I'll make sure Commandant Steiner provides a fat bonus for your troubles. I won't forget your contributions either, especially if you're able to pull through this and the AFFC snatches up what I'm selling. I don't want to speak too soon. We still got a trial to win here. Commandant Steiner was just informed of the details of this trial of possession. but it's not much to go on. She's withholding the exact coordinates of the starting ground, but they were able to sneak a recon settle into the region for a quick sweep. They just detected Jade Falcon's signature in a sector, so he's ready to hit the ground and start throwing some punches. He's assigning you to do some heavy lifting early on. You'll need to clear a safe LZ for the Commandant and his forces to land. I know the asks are piling up here, Jake, but you always manage to work your way out of tight jams. You know I like being right, so don't prove me wrong now. Commandant's counting on you to get things rolling. Go shoot some green birds and make it happen.
You've got a dramatic flair, Uncle Samuel. Send your blood to slay these demons. Your old man really knew how to lay on the guilt, didn't he?
Bad news,
Clearing a
Commander.
landing zone for the
Extreme weather conditions
AFFC
means
against
you'll be
Jade
dealing with
Falcon
limited
sounds like a
visibility
great
and
way to get your
compromised
mech's
sensors on this
paint
mission.
job scuffed. But hey, at least Steiner's promising a bonus for the trouble.
Okay. Not bad. We gotta do this all over again because I forgot to repair the Marauder. Alright, let's go back to the Marauder here.
Typical. Going to war in a broken bucket isn't exactly the tactical genius Steiner's looking for. Better fix that Marauder now, unless you want your blood to slay demons from a pile of scrap metal.
Extreme weather warning is in effect, Commander. You'll have limited visibility out there and have to contend with sensor malfunctions.
Alright, let's go. What's the worst that could happen?
Don't tempt fate, Uncle Samuel. The worst that could happen usually involves a cockpit breach and a very short retirement.
Bye, Phil.
But hey, it
What's done is done.
because Phil interrupted me, I'm going to...
Our employers can't land dropships until the satellite relays controlling air and orbital weapons are destroyed.
Wait, hold on.
Destroy them.
Okay, Commander. Clock's already against you. You need to clear us a safe LZ before Red... It takes us out. I know you weren't on board with this challenge, but I'm counting on you to be a difference maker.
What's done is done. We're going into a frying pan. We need to pull in this same direction or we're cooked.
They know you're here, Commander. Expect enemy artillery to be relentless. Along with the base, all enemy artillery units must be eliminated. We don't have good intel on their location, so you will have to search for them. Or just wait until they start shooting at you. Radar dish down. Class 1 tracks on that target. Mess that mech up. Critical damage. Testing down. That was mine. You just blew that artillery emplacement to bits. Artillery garrison destroyed.
Alright, we took out the artillery, let's go check out the satellite dishes.
Objective complete, Commander.
god, friendly fire against me is disabled. No, Phil, that's not what I meant. I meant any shots my teammates take at me, I don't take any damage. But if I shoot my teammates, they do take damage. Yup. Shot.
Target acquired.
Engaging shared target ID. Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
Alright, I gotta take these out quick because we just pulled aggro.
Destroyed. That's the last radar installation on the list. Objective complete. All systems are green. Allied dropships are coming in hot. Nice to have some extra ballistics.
New target located. Target acquired.
that was intense, Phil. Ghost rifle. Oh, come on. Alright, it's getting late for me. I think it's time for me to go to bed. Alright, that was, it was interesting. This is literally the first time I started playing this campaign. I noticed a lot of cool things about it. Like the fact that there's new music, new audio sound, and also new mechs. I know. Alright, I'm checking to see if yeah, it looks like he's streaming, so we'll go raid him. Slash raid. watching. We'll continue this on hopefully on Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, take care. Bye bye.